Welcome again to Community Focus. Unfortunately, I'm here by myself today. Unfortunately, John is on a week's holidays, so I'm just moving the microphone over. Sorry, a small bit. So, just having much to talk about at the moment today. Unfortunately for the show, I've no one to bounce off here, but I'm just on about a loan. I'm just giving you a couple of information. Anyone living alone there, supporting each other to deliver integrated care in the community for older people. And this is we're doing a great thing down here with Help the Aged down at St Mary's, but there's a lot of people outside of St Mary's Parish need help. A lot of people out there, elderly people out there alone, and if you live alongside neighbours or anything that are particularly elderly, if you can, if you know them fairly well, sometimes maybe we just need to call in and just see how people are, because there's nothing worse, I think, than probably being by yourself. I'll just move the microphone here. Sorry, it's a small bit low. Being by yourself, and if your partner's passed on or you're anything like that, your kids have grown up, moved on, and everything. So it's essential, I suppose, that we do look after our elderly. Plus, I'm getting old myself. And this is one of the great charities that are out there. And their national support line is 0818 822 024, and they're from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. I'll give you that number again: 0818 822 024. And they're fantastic here. There's one of their leaflets just in front of me. The support coordination, support and befriending visitation, which is a massive thing. We find here with a lot of the people that we phone have actually no one from one end of the week to the other calling to them. Fair play to some of the nurses are very good. The home helpers are brilliant. But outside of these hours, they often need people that might want to call and just talk to them about something different than what they're normally talking about. Health-wise and things like that. You don't want to be talking about health and things like that. They just like to talk about something that's on TV maybe, or something that you have an interest in, maybe sports, anything like that, or arts, things like that. Practical sports with everyday tasks, which we are helping at the moment. We've three fantastic lads there: Paul Ryan, Pa O'Donnell, and of course Anthony Hinchy, helping there with grass, cleaning windows, jobs around the house and everything. So and they get more of a thrill out of it and more reward out of it than the people that are actually going into a variety of phone services, social prescription and health and well-being, which is great, because we can't collect people's prescriptions from because we're not insured for. But these people actually can go to the pharmacy for you and collect your prescriptions and things that you need like that if you're not able to get there yourself. Housing and support, assistive technology, helping you maintain contact with your family and friends, which is a massive thing at the moment, especially with people with their kids working overseas and not being able to contact them by contact them by phone, but it's great sometimes to just go on a computer and be able to do FaceTime or whatever they call it. I don't know whether it's FaceTime or what. And you're able to see the person, so it's easier because you know what the person is looking like when you're seeing them face to face. You know everything's okay, or things might be the best with them. So there are some great things, and things that they can help you with is access to health services. Pension entitlements, which is a big thing, because half of us don't know what pensions or what things we're entitled to there. Housing issues, activities and events, services referral, which is a great thing as well, and social prescribing. And so to make a referral, visit alone on alone.ie and click on the tab, make a referral to fill out your details, referral forms can also be got on hard copy, available on request. So you can phone them and ask them for an application form, and they can get back to you. They're a fantastic charity. Just have them in front here now. They've handed them in a couple of weeks ago, and we just decided I decided, as John is on holidays, just to do them now. And also services here in the centre, Aging Plus services, friendly call and light maintenance. IT services as well. You can call in if any, with laptops, phones, tablets, IT support. Shamak's inside, he's absolutely brilliant in there. And printing services as well. We do free printing services if you need stuff printed as well. So call into St Mary's Adult Education Centre, Island Road, Limerick. And our telephone number is 061 313 993, or you can go on our Gmail at stmarys.ed. That's ADED at gmail.com, and St Mary's Adult Education at .ie. We do a lot of things here as well. If anytime you want to call into us, and by all means, come in, even just if you want to come in for a chat. Or in September now, we'll be signing up for our new classes from September to December. So if people want to call in, by all means, call in. I'd advise people if being early, because we've a lot of classes there that are friendly. I'm reading here and I'm trying to do things at the one time that are that will be taken up very fast, like yoga and Pilates. They go very fast. And as I said, we do friendly calls. We call people as well if you're worried about your parents at home or anything, if you're away or up the country a bit, and we do friendly call services as well, just for a chat, and people can get on to us, because questions been asked over the last couple of weeks is that has Ireland lost its community feeling, especially with what happened at Misfortunate Man in Dublin, and a couple of other people that have over the last couple of weeks that have been actually very badly beat up. And you're wondering, especially people that around my age, 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s and 80s, things were probably going on back in our days as well, but we seem to have more of a fix on things that we were afraid of. We seem to have more regard, I think, for the law, the land, and everything like that. So it's even more important now that we keep looking in on our elderly, because it is a frightening world out there at the moment. It was always a frightening world, but saying that again, there was a lot of young people out there. It's not all young people that are causing trouble. It's a lot of people my age and things like that are causing trouble out there, going in beating people up. And as I said, it's a worry that Ireland is starting to lose this community-based friendliness that we've always had here across the island. That's why so many people like visiting this island, because people are very friendly. You know, even a few of my friends over the years have moved out of Limerick City. They've moved out the country a bit. And just no disrespect to Limerick City or anything, because I'm proud of where I came from. I'm from South Hill originally, and when I was living in South Hill, we had a great community up there, fantastic community. And I believe that's starting to get back up there again, which is great. I know a lot of the old people are after moving or passed on, but there's a new batch of people coming up there, and they're doing great things up there, and they're to be applauded. There's some fantastic things above in South Hill, where I'm from. Like down here in St Mary's, some brilliant people down here. I married in here a couple of years back, 35 years ago, and I'm always been well thought of down here, and always I have to say I've never had any hassle with anyone in St Mary's Park. It's really wrongly accused at times of being such an area, but it's a brilliant area with some fantastic people, like everywhere across Ireland. It's a small few that upset it for everyone. But as I said, it's a big debate whether we're losing our community spirit here in the country. And unfortunately, I hope it never happens. I'm saying that, and no disrespect to Dublin as well. I've been in Dublin many times, and I've never had any hassle up there. So unfortunately, it's the wrong place, wrong time, which can happen in any city all over the world. It's not just in Ireland. It could happen in Limerick, could happen in anywhere, Wexford, not smaller places, but places that a lot of people go visiting, like Limerick. And a man I was talking to the other day, who was actually from Tipperary, was going around touring here, and he said he found Limerick very friendly. It was his first time in Limerick, even though he's from Tipperary. He was away for a long time overseas, and he said it's a fantastic place. And we've a great history here in Limerick, as well as the rest of the islands. And we were called the Island of Saints and Scholars many years ago. And you just want to kind of hold on to that and keep that going, because, as I said, it is a worry. It is a worry, and especially for the elderly. What's happening out there, this antisocial behaviour going on around the island. It's in every city in Ireland, not just Limerick, not just Cork, not just Galway, not just Dublin. Every city in Ireland, and it seems that we need at times, I think, to take stock of things, and maybe get young people more interested in things that are leaning kind of to go astray. Like in America with the boot camps, getting these young kids to go to boot camps. It's like well, I suppose it was the FCA years ago they had here, and something like that. That start getting these young lads that, unfortunately, some of them get into trouble. Don't mean to get into trouble, but get into trouble, and guide them in boot camps. Maybe if they could put them on the straight and narrow, help with education-wise. A lot of it's education. Unfortunately, people, in whatever happens through addictions and stuff, leave school early, and unfortunately their life comes to a standstill and they get bored, and this happens that they take the wrong road down. But these boot camps are fantastic. Why some of these ministers are not suggesting that, I suppose money wise it's a thing, but maybe that's the thing, that rather than putting these young people into schools or where they're in some cases badly abused and things, put them into a boot camp, give them an army kind of bringing. This is only my opinion, of course. People would have many more opinions. I'm not well up on things like that, but it's just from watching things on TV with young lads in America, the choice of either going to prison or go to boot camps, and 9 out of 10 have taken the choice of going to boot camps. It's no duh, it's not an easy thing in there, but they come out of it the other side a lot better men. And it was easier them days as well when I was growing up to get into the army, which a lot of my friends did, and got trades out of the army and saw parts of the world. I know it was probably going guarding places or different types of duty over there. That's all right when you're going visiting places, but when you're working, it's a different kettle of fish. And we just don't need to lose this community thing in Ireland, because when you go anywhere out the country, there's great communities out there. Everyone says hello, everyone says goodbye, everyone says how are you, and that's a great greeting to have in Ireland, because you could be in the middle of London, which I was a couple of weeks ago, and I'd say you could be lying on the ground there and people will actually walk over you, unfortunately. And we hope that doesn't come into Ireland. I know in a lot of cases it does. A lot of unfortunate people on the streets. And a lot of us, even myself included, paint people with a brush. If a person's lying there, we paint them with a certain brush. And that might be the case. We all can come on hard times in life can throw up a wobbly for us. And as I said, we sometimes we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, which I think today we all probably are, including myself, quick to jump on the bandwagon and say, well, that person's such and such a thing because it comes from a certain area, or this person is such and such a thing because it comes from a certain area. Because even when I was younger, going for my jobs at the start, and this is back in the late 70s, early 80s, and South Hill was a fantastic place at that stage. There was very, very crime up there, unbelievably, as people might think I'm telling lies, but I'm not. And I had to actually give my aunt's address from Prospect when I had to apply for jobs. So that's kind of gets people's backs up as well if they're from areas and they don't get a chance as well. So hopefully that will die. That thing kind of dies out because there's some fantastic people. But these boot camps are hopefully the government can see some sense and start putting these lads into boot camps and give them some sort of chance. If like lads that are mechanically minded, gear them into working with mechanics, working with mechanical things. If they're that kind of geared, instead of going out robbing cars, start doing up cars. Give them that type of choice. Give them that, give them that interest and say, well, same with people with animals. Instead of abusing horses or dogs or whatever things around, give them a chance of working equine stuff and give them a horse. Give them places that they can look after their horse properly. And show what it means. An animal is looking after just as well as a child, a human being, or anything like that. And unfortunately, the human being is probably the cruelest animal on this earth at the moment. We're ruining it everywhere and everything. But these boot camps or these schools, hence again, I mentioned schools, not like the schools years ago when kids were beat and abused and everything like that. These boot camps that can start setting people on the right way if they're mechanically inclined or technically inclined, it can ease them to that way and help them get a job, maybe a job that they'll enjoy doing rather than some place that they're forced into that they won't enjoy, and they'll actually go the other way, the opposite way. So I've waffled on now for 15 minutes there, and I hope I'm making some sense of what I'm saying. You mightn't agree with me, you might not agree with me, and a lot of people won't, but I suppose it's an easy thing for me to say, as I said, just get these boot camps and stuff, but in my case, in my opinion, this is the way forward, I think, for any of these young kids. Get them in a place where like-minded young men, all the same age, and gear them to trades, gear them to things that can keep them interested, and hopefully keep them on the straight and narrow. I'll put on a bit of music for you and be back in 2 minutes' time. It's probably to annoy you again.
So much to believe in, we were lost in time. Everything I needed fell into your eyes. Always thought of keeping your heart next to mine, but now that seems so far away. Don't know how love could leave without a trace. Where do silent hearts go? Where does my heart beat now? Where is the sound that only echoes through the night? Where does my heart beat now? I can't live without feeling it inside. Where do all the lonely hearts go? Candle in the water, drifting helplessly, hiding from the thunder. Come and rescue me, driven by the hunger of the endless dream. I'm searching for the hand that I can hold. I'm reaching for the arms that let me know. Where do silent hearts go? Where does my heart beat now? Where is the sound that only echoes through the night? Where does my heart beat now? I can't live without feeling it inside. Where do all the lonely hearts go? Where do all the lonely hearts go? When one touch overcomes the silence, love still survives. Two hearts needing one another. Give me wings to fly. Where does my heart beat now? Where is the sound that only echoes through the night? Where does my heart beat now? I can't live without feeling it inside. I need someone to give my heart to. I feel it getting stronger, 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 and I feel it inside. I'm so made to last till the end of time.
We're live from St Mary's Adult Education Centre down in the Island Road in St Mary's, on the Island Road down around St Mary's Park. So thanks for listening to the show. I hope I'm not waffling on that much. Of course, that was a beautiful song there from Celine Dion. I'll give you some useful contacts as well. I've just got these in here. I think we've spoke about a few of these over the last a couple of weeks. Anyone that wants to go back to education with the LCETB, why not? The provider and coordinator, I better put my teeth in, of Adults Education Services. You can contact them on 061 442 100. That's the LCETB. If you want to go back doing some courses or whatever, or want to go back to college and you're interested in doing something, by all means contact them on 061 442 100. We were talking about ADAPT there a couple of weeks back, and ADAPT were onto us as well again, and they're delighted with a lot of people getting in contact with them, and that's thanks to Limerick City Community Radio as well as St Mary's Adult Education Centre. ADAPT provide a range of services that address the needs of women and survivors of domestic abuse and their children. And ADAPT, you can contact them on 061 412 354. ADAPT at 061 412 354. Support out there as well, support for families of prisoners, which is a big thing as well. People need support. It's not just the prisoners need support, it's also the families. And that's in Bedford Row, and you can contact them on 061 315 332. Bedford Row, support for families of prisoners, 061 315 332. Mental Health Association, which is a very, very important thing today. Tons of people under pressure, and we all live with pressure now, as pressure how to keep the wolf away from the door, pressure how to keep a roof over your head, pressure with your job and everything. So this promotes positive mental health within the local communities across Limerick City and County, and this is a big, big thing. And you can contact them on 061 446 786. Mental Health Association on 061 446 786. Alone, I was already on about the National Charity and helps older people at home. I'll give you that number again in case you might have missed it. It's 081 822 2024. Alone, 081 822 2024. And also North Star Family Support Project, supporting families dealing with substance misuse within the family system, which is rampant across Ireland and the world. Substance abuse and alcohol abuse, and also there's a massive thing coming up now, which I suppose was always there, but we didn't take much notice of it till all these substances abuses came in, and it's gambling abuse, which is massive as well. A lot of people are in dire straits over one of their partners could be gambling, and so it's rampant everywhere. Every family has been touched by one of these misuse and substance abuse, you know. So it's North Star Family Support Project, and their phone number is 061 459 260. I'll give you that again. North Star Family Support Project, 061 459 260. Women's Collective Ireland, providing development, education and community building for women around Ireland, which is good as well, because a lot of women tend to take a back foot behind their partner, male partner. And in fairness, a mother's always the centre of the house. There was always a saying years ago, my father used to say it, when the mother goes, the house goes, and that's the truth. So Women's Collective Ireland is 089 603 1656. Women's Collective Ireland, 089 603 1656. We also have Bernardo's as well, assisting families and children to meet their needs, and we have them just at the back of us here in the primary school. Bernardo's is 061 493 587. Bernardo's at 061 493 587. Chime as well, which I haven't heard of before, advocating for deaf people, hearing tests, support groups and youth mentoring. Chime is 061 467 494, and that's Chime at 061 467 494. And finally, we have MABS, Money Advice and Budgeting Services, which we all need. We all need that, especially I suppose especially and the men and the women. The women used to be blamed years ago, but I think the men are gone worse now for managing money. Quite honestly, Paula manages all our money in our house, and she does a great job. Fair play to her. I'd be lost without her. And that's Mabs in 081 807 2210. Mabs 081 807 2210. Well, I should be saying zeros, not O. 081 807 2210. That's all we have on today's show. John will be back next week or in 2 weeks' time. So I hope I didn't wrangle on too much with you, and I hope I talked some sort of sense. I don't speak sense very often. So I'll talk to you all again in 2 weeks. Hopefully the weather clears up now, and hopefully the sun be shining the next time I talk to you. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and keep listening to Limerick City Community Radio, your city, your station, your voice. Thank you. God bless.
So many golden women, when they walk their feet don't touch the ground. How I want to deserve you, but me, I'm always out of rhythm. My needs too demanding, too proud. How I want to deserve you. I didn't want you to see me like this. The light on the dawn can be cruel. How I want to deserve you. And if I could be granted a wish, I'd shine in your eyes like a jewel. How I want to deserve you. I would die for you. Could you ever love me that much? How I want to deserve you. Yes, you tell me this, and I want to believe that it's true. How I want to deserve you. I didn't want you to see me like this. I'm weak and I fight like a fool. How I want to deserve you. And if I could be granted a wish, I'd shine in your eye like a jewel. How I want to deserve you. If I could be your angel, I'd trade in my